Hello, my beautiful King Stavros.
Shut up.
I was wondering, so when I'm dating, whenever I am acting,
He's not even
normal,
listening.
chill,
I'm listening.
sweet, just like basically not playing games and being a normal person, I feel like that's like when guys get disinterested or when they like get it in their head that I'm just like fucking obsessed with them, which is hilarious given the guys that I've been seeing. But whenever I start acting like super distant and kind of toxic and
I like her.
Kind of start like fucking around with them and just like instead of communicating, kind of, I don't know, just playing the fucking bullshit games, that's when they're like, yeah, this is my girl. She's the one. Like, they start to get really interested. That's when they're super excited.
Classic.
That's when they want to see me all the time. So, like, what should I do? Do guys like to be fucked with a little bit? And should I just kind of, I don't know, play these stupid games that I hate playing? Or do you think if there's someone who has a normal brain who's been to therapy out there who,
we know that doesn't mean you have a normal brain.
Date normally. Anyways, any advice would be appreciated. Once again, I love you, my beautiful king.
Stop saying that about him. I think it's like she's like, oh, I'm acting like a crazy B word. And it's like, well, if you're acting like a crazy B word, maybe you are a crazy B word. Like, just be, like, maybe that is you being yourself.
I mean, look, I know what she's talking about. I do feel like it feels like if you're like, but if you're like kind of mean to people or you're like sort of, you withhold, you're like hot and cold, certain people will react to that in a way that's like, oh, I need to like.
You're attracting people you don't want relationships
But that's exactly
with.
it. That's exactly it. It's like you're attracting people that if that's what they respond to, that's not who, maybe they'll feel that way. And this is coming from a person who that has worked on in the past.
Oh.
Where I'm like, I have to have her. And then the second you get that person, you're like, what the fuck? This sucks, right? Like, that's all fake. That all initial, like, tricking someone into liking you, that will go away. And you don't want to have the relationship that starts that way because you're starting it on fucked up rickety ground. And it's harder for that to like, actually, turn into something meaningful long term. So,
haven't you ever heard of catching flies with honey?
Yeah. Yeah. And do guys like, I mean, personally, I would much prefer someone to be straightforward with me. I think, would I have that initial, like, damn, I have to see this girl, whatever? I don't know if it's the same thing, but that's that's not sustainable, that, like, feeling of, fuck, I'll do whatever it takes to get this girl. Because, like, once that happens, you're like, I didn't want to fucking do that. That was, you know what I mean? It's like,
the people you're going to attract are going to be so chaotic and crazy, and you're going to be dealing, it's like the mommy daddy issues are going to be off the chain.
Yep.
'Cause it's like anyone who's addicted to that much chaos is going to be hauling some baggage.
Yeah, for sure.
Baggage.
For sure.
I do think people need to like reframe when they're like, oh, I hate playing games when dating. I just like to be open and honest, like off the jump. Like, when you start dating someone, there always is a level of like playing games in a way, like you're just following certain, mating rituals or whatever. The same way you don't want to like attract someone by being too like withholding, like you also don't want to be like way too upfront with someone who you don't really know, who you've just been on like a few dates with. So it's like, yeah, that's just like a normal thing. Like, sure, wait a few hours to respond to a guy's text that you went on like 1 or 2 dates with or whatever. Like,
don't listen to him.
There's a certain like level where you like do just have to like do that shit.
No,
I do think you're right in that you should keep some kind of like, yes, there's like it's like a series of interviews, look at the first few dates as a series of interviews before you really, open up fully and are really completely who you are. You don't have to do that at the first, time you get a happy hour drink or whatever. And I do think you'll also get to know each other a little more, and you'll get to, you'll start to communicate a little. You'll figure out what your rhythms of communication are, whatever. But yeah, I wouldn't come on too strong at first either. You do have to withhold a little bit of yourself.
No.
Not in a way that's like to trick them. You fucking what you went on like
Walk
one
into the date.
15 years ago, and you're married essentially.
I said, "Hello, my name's Sarah. My stomach hurts. I'm tired. I love you. You're beautiful. I'm ordering the sesame chicken. We're all getting Diet Coke."
You've literally just been in one relationship, right?
Like for the past, I can't even say how many years because then people will realize I'm not 18. But I did. By the way, I did get him to date me because I went, we're dating. And he was like, okay.
Yeah.
But I get that that's like,
That was the first date? You did that on the first date?
No, I begged him to date me. And he was like, okay, I have a girlfriend. And I was like, okay, I'll keep my eye out for you.
Interesting.
And then
so you sort of just marked him as...
Yeah.
And then once they broke
I
up...
put the blow dart in the...
You tagged him and let him back into the wild?
And I said, you have
put an
fun out
aura
there.
ring on him?